I accidentally stopped recording, so I don't know how awkward that's going to be. Okay, so next up, 236B, we're playing Humoresque. This is a piece by Dvorak, and I know for sure that violinists that did Suzuki will be familiar with this. I don't know about other strings. So the main thing I would say with this is get familiar with your left hand chords. I'll say you've played these like 1,000 times maybe at this point. They're just the 4 chords you're used to: a 1 chord, a 4 chord, and a 5/7 chord. And these are all in closest hand position. So here's your B flat, E flat over B flat, and then B flat again, and then F7 over A, and then the B flat. So all of these are really close together. So make sure you're using that. It's going to be easier on you. And yeah, that's all that matters. For your right hand, they give some fingerings that I think work fine. The thing with this is if you decide to go with these fingerings, which I would suggest, just be aware of when your hand is changing from one position to another. So to start, okay, pull up your music if you have that. I'm going to make my screen or my keyboard most visible. To start, you're starting with a 2 on B flat, but I'm already prepared with my thumb on my thumb on C, because that I'm going back and forth twice, so it's just easier to keep that there instead of like doing this. That's so awkward. So I just leave my hand kind of tilted sideways, and then we're into a natural hand position. My wrist is just straight, and then I'm condensing my hands. There's a fancy word for that, but I'm bringing it together so that I can get up to this B flat. And then we're crossing again to play that ending. And then second line, same beginning. Bring it together. Here, change. So that ending is a little weird if you're not used to changing the fingers quickly on the same note. And then octavely. So, moral of the story, I'm looking for how little I can move my hand while still reaching everything, I guess, is kind of what this is. I've slowed this down to 90. I'm going to play the whole thing. Make sure if you do this, you do have to play with both hands at the same time. So slow it down to a tempo that's comfortable for you. But I'm going to say this week, if it's too slow, like if it sounds, for example, like this, that doesn't sound familiar as a tune. It has to be reasonably fast that we can tell what it is. This is kind of an awkward position to be in because, like, what is reasonably fast? But if we think you've recorded it too slow, we'll just ask you to do it again at a faster tempo. Okay, here it is at 90.
1, 2, set, go.
Yeah, make sure you feel comfortable moving your hands. That can be a little awkward otherwise. Okay, our next piece is called Dance. Looks like it's in E flat major. Pretty easy to tell because it starts with an E flat major chord in the first measure. Same thing as always, I'm looking for patterns, watching for like hand positions. So one way you could practice this that I would suggest is in blocks. I love practicing blocks. So I'm positioning to play every measure, and I'm just going to play a measure at a time so I can hear all the harmonies and move my hands accordingly. So that's what this looks like. Here's measure 1. 2, 4, 3, sorry, 4. We need to not think harmonies. And then measure 5, measure 6, measure 7, exact repeat of 1, 2, and 3. And then measure 8 is almost exactly the same. Same harmony, different orientation. Here we go again. That's line 3. It's exactly the same as line 1. Line 2 and line 4 are exactly the same. And then it gets a little bit more crazy. Left hand moves up into the treble clef. And then this is a little bit harder to do block practice because if you notice in measure 18, it's got these running 16th notes, but I would still get used to at least starting the measure so that you know like where these important hand positions are. Hopefully that makes sense. That's the only weird line. All the rest, last line. So tons of things repeated. I would say isolate that line with all the 16th notes in both hands so you can feel comfortable with it. I have no idea what this is going to sound like, so I'm just going to jump in and play it and hope for the best. I have not slowed it down. I kept it at 60. We'll see how it goes.
Go.
Yeah, okay, so definitely get used to those hand positions. It moves kind of quickly. You can slow it down more than that. But yeah, do your best. Practice the things that are hard for you. Don't practice just the things that you can do well. And practice every day. It's really hard to get to the weekend and record everything all at once and hope for it to just go as well as it possibly can. As always, reach out if you have questions, if you want to practice together, anything. Me and Ben and I are here for you, whatever you need. I hope you enjoy your long weekend, and I will see you guys next Monday.